Oh, great.
Yes, sir. So just last month I just left the job, and I'm going to join another company.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah, yeah. She's
And
yeah.
how long did you work with ITC?
I work for 1 year, sir.
1 year. Okay.
Yes.
And planning to go to Germany for profession or
Uh,
for further
so
education?
I am planning for higher studies, sir.
Higher studies. Very good. And don't call me sir, please.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay. We are all professionals, so let us remain at that level. No problem. Okay. Okay. And Sneha, tell me something
Yes,
about
sir.
yourself.
Sir, my name is Neha. I'm basically from Kottayam.
Okay.
I have mom and two sisters at home. Dad passed away 3 years back. I completed my MCOM and I joined in ITC as a revenue manager, and it is the third year with ITC right now for me.
Okay. Great. Great. And both of you want to learn German and do higher studies in Germany?
He wanted to do higher studies. I'm looking for jobs. So
Oh, you're looking for a job. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Great.
yeah.
Great. 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 Good. Okay. And why German language? Any particular reason to do German language?
So because sister is there, no.
Sister is very close to French border also,
Family is
and
it.
Italy is
So we
not
are
far
planning to
off.
move.
Yeah, that I understand. That's okay. Preference is okay. Preference to the family is always good. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cool. 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 Very good. And have you tried to find out which universities will be good for you, or what courses you want to do, in which part of Germany
So,
you want
so,
to go?
so still I'm searching for that, sir. And
Okay.
that website is there. So still I'm searching on that one.
Yes. Yes. I know that. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, okay.
So you can see proper language in German. It's nice, no?
Yes. You know the basic requirement of studying in Germany.
Requirements like some requirements
Basically, you want to
for
know German.
yeah, the German. Actually, I'm planning for the English course only.
Okay.
So I think German A1 I think.
Oh, they just said A1 is required. Some university has told you that only A1 is required, or
No,
how
no,
do
sir, no,
you?
sir. Not A1. They are like for the English speaking course, they are not asking for any German language certificate and all.
Okay.
But for working in Germany, we know it's very urgent. No? Like,
Good. 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 That's very good. That's very good. So you want to learn it for daily
and
life.
for her also, she's directly applying for job. So
Okay.
for her, I think she need B2 at least B2 level. She need to pass.
Okay. Great. 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 Okay. For you, the tourism courses are very good in South Germany, and especially on the in Bavaria, in München, and also some courses in Switzerland are very good.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Even Berlin offers a very good course. Berlin University, technical, no, not technical university, the other university, Humboldt University.
Humboldt.
Yeah, Humboldt University. They offer also very good. Even Free University in Berlin. It offers also very good courses.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And for
Yes.
job purposes, for her, Hamburg is good. Berlin is good because they are basically tourist attraction. Munich is also good. Munich is very good. And otherwise, Frankfurt is always evergreen. Lot many exhibitions, hotels, all these are there. So you have a lot of job opportunities in Frankfurt because of, it's a cosmopolitan city, and I say, you know about Frankfurt. I don't have to tell you.
I do really know about Bangalore a lot.
Hey, hi Linoy. Linoy joined. Lina, you are on mute. Lina, you are on mute. Unmute yourself.
Hallo, wie geht es Ihnen?
Good. Wie geht es dir?
Es geht mir gut. Und
Wunderbar.
wie ist das Unterricht?
Wir haben gerade angefangen. Wir haben uns vorgestellt.
Okay, nur
Wir haben
ein
uns nur vorgestellt.
Vorstellungsgespräch.
Ja,
Okay,
ich wollte die vorher ein bisschen kennenlernen. Be-
ich bin nur ein
Okay,
Mute-Zuschauer.
okay, Gastbesucher.
Gastbesucher, genau.
Okay, gut.
Okay,
Okay,
bitte weiter.
ja, gut. Okay, so, Sneha, tell me something more about you. Something more about yourself.
Something more about myself. I love
Yes.
singing, sir. I love cooking. I love, feeding somebody else more than, eating.
Okay.
And I love painting also.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And other than that, I love traveling.
Okay. And where all
Yeah.
you have traveled? Where all you have traveled to?
Sir, it is it is very limited according to the limitations I have. I have traveled to Delhi, Punjab, Gurgaon, then Kolkata, Mumbai, Coimbatore, Pondicherry, Chennai, Kerala, of course.
Okay, okay, great, great. So you have almost visited all metropolitan cities around India. So all corners you have covered.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, I
wonderful,
did.
wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. What is the smallest town you have visited other than anything, any town outside Kerala? The smallest town.
Sorry, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Which is the smallest town you have visited outside Kerala? Smallest, not the
Outside
biggest,
Kerala,
smallest.
smallest town I have visited. Tamram?
Chennai.
Tamram, Chennai.
Tambram is part of Chennai. Come on,
Yeah.
don't tell me this. I was there in Chennai for 2 years. So you can't tell me this. Tambram is now part
Okay,
of
Salem.
Chennai. Hmm?
Salem.
Salem. Yeah, Salem is okay. And you have been on the hill where the aluminium mining is going on in Salem on the top.
I don't remember it very exactly because I have gone there, I think, on the sixth standard, I guess. Sixth
Oh,
standard, I have gone there with my family.
and
So I was too small to remember where I've gone. But yeah, I remember all the wine yards and all of that there.
okay. And what else it is famous for? Salem is very
Salem.
famous.
Mango,
It's on the
yeah.
world map.
Mango.
Salem is on the
Mango.
world map. Remember this. From India, Salem is on the world map of economies. Why it is on the world
Okay.
map? As a
I
professional,
don't know.
you should know it.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know
You
it.
don't have to be sorry. Don't have to be sorry. You need to increase the horizon. You need to open up the horizon. because
Yeah.
because when you go and meet the Western people, see, they are widely read. They know lot many things about India that you may not know. So then
Yeah.
don't get caught on the wrong foot, because when you
Mm,
will
yes.
talk, they want to know details. People will ask you questions. People will ask you questions like simple questions. Do the Indians
Mm.
do the rope trick still? Do they rope tricks? This magic trick. They ask simple questions, but the important thing is that you have that uh, telling something about your country. You should have that knack, and for that it is very important that you know your country well. This is very important. When you go to a foreign country, it is very important that you know your home country, because
Yes.
people
I will study
people
more about it. Sure, sure.
everywhere, people will appreciate this knowledge. They will appreciate, and they do appreciate this knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I think I have waited enough. Let us start with the class. I think that person is not joining. Okay, so okay, So, what do you think? Why? What is different? What could be different in German and to English? Any ideas? Have you seen German alphabets, or you have tried to learn, gone on the YouTube, or tried to learn German through internet?
Yes, sir. Before I tried, like last year, I tried
Okay.
with my sister. Yeah,
So, what did you find different? Anything you found different?
different. Like I feel that there is some similarities, but when we are speaking
Okay. What
and
is what is the
yeah,
similarity? Okay, let us talk about the similarities. That's
converting English to German, no? Like maybe when you're asking what is your name, like or something,
okay.
uh, where you are coming from,
Okay.
woher comes from, like
Woher kommst du?
similarities there,
Ja,
no?
sehr gut. Aha.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like so similarities are there, no?
Okay. Okay. Let me tell you some very fundamental difference. You are talking at a higher level. I take you to more basic level, even lower. The
Okay,
important thing or similarity with German and Indian languages is that even Malayalam, every alphabet is spoken out. There is no silent. There is no silent alphabet in German,
okay,
like
sir.
in Malayalam or in Hindi. Whatever you read, you write. Whatever you write, read it as it is, not as in English. As it is doesn't
Yes,
mean
correct,
as in English. Okay,
correct, correct.
like your name is Johnny. Okay, your name is Johnny, right? Now Johnny,
Yes, sir.
now say J is pronounced something different in German. For just suppose, now suppose J is pronounced as G of German, like G sound. Okay, so now how will I read your
Okay,
name? I will read your name Goni. I will not
okay,
try to hide it from anybody. I will not try to make any alphabet silent there. I will not say gone. I will not say goi, or I will not say honey. What I mean to say. You have to speak out all the alphabets. All sounds are important in German language. This is very
okay,
fundamental and most similar to Indian languages. Sanskrit, Malayalam, Tamil, Hindi, Marathi, Bengali. In India, we don't have a system of silent alphabets, right? Whatever is written, we read it as it is, as it is. If it is U, we read it
yeah,
U, right? We don't read PUT
yeah.
put and BUT but. For in German, PUT put, then BUT is but. Simple. No exceptions.
Okay,
No exceptions. Of course, I'm not saying it is 100, it is not mathematics that one rule will apply 100%. Yeah, but 95%, 96% you will find this rule exceptions. This rule will be applied. That means only exceptions will be there, not the other way around. In English, it is 50% exception, 50% rule following. But in Hindi, in Malayalam, in Sanskrit, in Tamil, it is 99.9% following. That is the rule. If it is a rule, it is 99.9%. Exception is only 0.01%. So is in German.
okay, okay.
So it is in German. So what we need to do when we are learning this German language, we need to retrain our mind and face muscles to move in a different manner, even if we see some familiar alphabet. Like I gave you example of J. Suppose it is read as G. Okay, G, Ganesha. Now suppose J is read as Ganesha, sound in Ganesha, Ga sound in Ganesha. Okay. Now we need to, because since we have been learning J, when the alphabet is like this, like an umbrella or inverted umbrella, so we read it J as jaw sound, right? And that we have been doing for last 30 years or 20-25 years, right from our primary kindergarten. We have been doing this, practicing this. Now imagine you have been doing something for last 25, 24, 20 years. All of a sudden you are told, no, 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 this is wrong, you read it this way. So it is very difficult for our mind to accept it, correct? Because our mind is trained that
Yes.
way. Our mind has been trained. Now,
Yes.
somebody comes tomorrow and says, no, 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 your name is not Amal, your name is Akash. Will your mind
You can
accept it?
accept
Or will you respond to somebody calling you Akash? Somebody calls, hey Akash,
No.
listen to me. Will you respond? You will not respond because your mind has been trained since birth that your name is Amal, right? Same
Yes.
way, these alphabets or retraining of the alphabets also has to take place. Same way, something we have been practicing for last 20 years, 25 years. So our brain has been tuned and trained this way that it doesn't recognize anything other than that. You agree with me, Sneha? You also agree with
Yeah.
me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So now this is is a very important fact of a foreign language. Something may look similar but may sound different. So most important thing is that we have to train three things in our body. One is the eyes. That when we recognize some alphabet in other foreign language, we should direct the eyes should send a signal to your brain that this is not J, this is G. This is not ja sound, this is ga sound. Now this ga sound, when it goes to brain, it will direct the face muscles and tongue to move in a different manner than ja, right? When you say ga, some different
Yes.
muscles move, and when you say ga, some different muscle moves, right? So
Yes.
Yes.
our mind directs those signals to our muscles to move in a different manner. Understood? Is this coming clear, or am I too
Yes.
difficult to understand?
No, sir.
No,
It's okay.
sir.
It is just like somebody giving you rice and telling you this is not rice, it is sambar.
Yes,
As
sir.
simple as that. Or somebody giving you a fish and telling it is not a fish, it is a chicken, because your eyes recognize that figure as fish, but somebody else is saying no, 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 sorry, this is wrong, from today this is chicken. Your mind cannot accept it. This is the training we have to take. That okay, when we are reading English this is fish, but when we are doing German this is chicken. So this is the difference. These are two different things. We need to tell our brain that these two things are different. They work in two different manners, totally different. Sometimes this may be similar also, sometimes this may similar also, but our mind has to be told, our muscles have to be trained that okay, accept the fact that they are different also, they can be different also, and so it has to be accepted, right?
Okay.
Getting my point, Sneha?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is very important. I will show you something. Okay, I will make you hear some sounds and then you will see how it is different. You will see that the shape looks same but the sound is different. This is what I'm talking about. The shape
Yes.
of A, shape is like this, right? A, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
horizontal line, two diagonal lines, and then one horizontal line joining them, correct? This is A.
Yes.
Yes.
Same figure sounds very much different in German language. Okay, so let us see how it
Yeah.
works, or how what I have told you is true. Okay. Okay, so let us go to, okay, now you see. Okay, see the alphabets are, can you see the alphabets, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. I can see.
Okay, so let us listen to the sounds. I'll play a voice file. Okay.
Okay, sir.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Besondere Buchstaben.
So, did you see? Did you hear that?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir, we hear
So,
you.
heard that sound, right?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Now, you see that these alphabets, how they are different.
Yeah.
They look very similar. They look same. They are actually same. Alphabets in design, from design, they're same, right? In
Yes, sir.
design,
Yes,
they
sir.
are same. But in sound, they are different. They are sounding very much different, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, we need to train our mind to accept this fact. Our mind needs to be trained that this is a fact, not a fiction, right? Not a story. I'm not telling a story. I'm telling you something. The mind has to be told this again and again. Only then we will be able to read it and pronounce it correctly, right? Like if you have seen a small
Yes.
baby, how does he learn to speak? How does a baby learn to speak? Now, baby starts saying something. It may not sound correct. It may not sound as expected. It may not sound grammatically correct. It may not be acceptable to you, but we still hear and just try to correct him or tell him, or we let him talk. We just let him talk, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That is how the baby starts learning. So we have to put ourselves, or rather we have to behave like babies, because this is the beginning. It is initiation into the language. Now we are babies for this language. Our mind is at the baby level, right? Just born, newborn. Our mind is newborn, newly introduced to these alphabets. Now you see why I am saying this. Why I am saying this. Now look at this. This is how you pronounce it. Now, this is how it is pronounced. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I will play the voice file again. I will play the
Okay.
voice file again, and you will listen and find out how this is similar. Are you able to read Hindi, or you will just read in English? Do you know Hindi alphabets also?
Sir, English is fine.
Okay, fine. No issues. Actually, I'm writing a book
Yeah.
with the Hindi English alphabets. So,
Oh,
for helping the students to understand.
yes,
Okay.
sir. Hindi is little bit.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Besondere Buchstaben.
So, did you see this? Did you see this? Did it make it easier for you to recognize the sound?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ah. So a alphabet in English or from English is read as A, as in Malayalam or in Hindi or in Sanskrit, right? This is for
Yes.
us. This was always A, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Only this English has spoiled the whole thing, right? Otherwise, we will
Yes.
read it as A, na? A is A. For A, we have a very pure sounding phonetic system, right? We
Yes.
don't
Yes.
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 read write we write the same thing we read, correct? And we speak
Yes.
out the same sound which is written, correct? We don't try to manipulate the sounds. We write exact the same sound on the paper because our vocal system and our language system is so developed that we could actually write or design our founder of the languages or designer of the languages. They did produce the sounds and they defined an alphabet for this. Whereas in other foreign languages, you must have noticed Japanese and Chinese, they can't speak ta sound, right? Tan tan tan. They can't say. They say
Yeah.
tan tan tan. Today, thank you. They
Yes.
can't say thank you. The tha sound they will not do. Da sound they will not do. They will say the sound. That will be softer. The, like in dal. Na dalia they can't say. Correct. So Indian
Yes.
vocal system or Indian vocal cord is so developed that we can actually pronounce all the sounds known to human beings, all sounds known to human beings, or which could be written or defined. We are in a position or in the best position to read out all the sounds which anybody can speak on the planet Earth. That is why Germans are most of the time very impressed with Indians when they speak German. Very impressed because nobody else. When I say Indian, it means the Indian subcontinent. And Indian subcontinent starts from Persia, from Iran, not from Pakistan, from Persia to Bangladesh, end of Bangladesh, or Sri Lanka, and all included. This is the Indian subcontinent. When I'm talking about Indian subcontinent, our
Okay.
vocal system is so developed, our vocal cords are so developed that we can actually pronounce all the sounds defined in any language. It may just
Okay.
require some little bit of practice, but we can actually speak all the sounds. You
Okay.
wouldn't have seen anybody who cannot speak Malayalam correctly. He's very clear with his alphabets. He's very clear with his pronunciation. Unless he has some speech problem. If somebody has a speech problem, then it's another issue. That's a medical situation. Otherwise,
Yes.
every Indian speaks out so clearly that Britishers are afraid to speak English with us. Now, just think of Shashi Tharoor. Just think of Shashi Tharoor, for example. Yeah, you must have heard him
Yes.
speaking. So,
Yes.
so, and now see Modi speaking English. He actually speaks out the sounds which are not required in English or not desired in English, right? He,
Yes.
so now you see what is the difference. Whereas Shashi Tharoor English is so refined that even Oxford people or even people in England they really admire his way of speaking or his speech power, right? So
Yeah.
same way, Germans also appreciate and actually they love the way Indians speak German because we can actually speak accent free, dialect free, neutral German. We don't need to. Otherwise, you will find people even in Germany they will not be speaking what you call standard German. They will be speaking regional German. Like, of course, in every state you must be having different dialects for Malayalam also. All the people will not be speaking standard book Malayalam, right? In a small village,
Yes.
people will have their own slang. They will have their own way of speaking. So same way, Germans also have that. In German, they have at least 15, 16 types of, or every state will have different way of expressing themselves. They will use different alphabets. Like in Berlin, a small bread, what you call band here. In India, we call it band, right? A small,
Yes.
out of which we make this
Yeah.
burger, that
But
burger
yeah.
bread. Yeah,
Yeah.
something
Yes.
similar to this. In Berlin, it will be called Brotchen, and something it is called Schrippe, and in Hanover or in Frankfurt, it is called Brotchen. So they have different words, they have different way of saying things. So irrespective of that, Indians, when they speak German, since they learn it properly, they speak it properly, and thanks to our vocal cords, we speak it very loud and clear in such a manner that people really love to hear Indian German. They really love, because we actually speak dialect free, accent free German. So this is the advantage we have got. But this advantage has to be developed. Since our mind has been trained for last 20-25 years to recognize certain picture in a different manner, now we have to retrain it. We have to retrain it to read it in a different manner. Correct? This is what I am
Yes.
trying to show you through this. Now you see, you know this system of writing A, B, C, D, right? This is as in
Yes.
dictionary. In dictionary, you must see that they define the alphabets, how to pronounce it also, right?
Phonetics.
Yes.
Phonetics. Yes.
Yes, phonetics, correct. That's the word. So they define how to read the or how a certain alphabet will be spoken out, correct? So this is what is given
Yes.
here. And in my book, I have tried to define it the Indian way of learning, how the students can learn, how the students should learn, because all the students may not be aware, or as Indians we don't learn, or we don't actually learn through dictionary, we learn it in the classroom, right? So our teachers wrong
Yes.
or right, we learn it from them, and we never recognize this system of writing. From dictionary I have never seen till I was 30-35 years old. I never knew that these are phonetics, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I spoke out whatever I learned from my teacher, or from my environment, or immediate environment, how my father spoke, how my brother spoke, how my sister spoke, or how my teacher spoke, or how my manager spoke. I got the words from him and spoke it out the same way, right? So I decided to write this so that the Indian students can learn it in a manner they know, right? We recognize this way. Ah, now alphabet. This is capital. This is small letter. But it is the sound is ah, like bay or bay sound, like English word bay, right? Bay. We recognize in English as bay, right? Everybody will say it bay, correct? Even dictionary will
Yes.
Yes.
give the phonetic the same way, bay. So you see, say now why it is starting with Z, that has a particular meaning, because in German language Z is pronounced at TS sound, like in Watts. Watts is a dental sound. It's a dental sound. It's a combination of half the and full sa, right? Watts. I'll write this sound, okay, like this. Now remove this alphabet from here. Ats, right? Now read it in Malayalam. Now just how you will read this? How you don't forget that this is English. Now read it in Malayalam.
Ats.
Yeah, correct. Ats, right? Ats.
Yeah.
Your tongue will come automatically between the teeth, because
Ats. Yeah.
we have been using this sound for years. We have been see Mahatma, right? We have been using this sound for years, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So now you see that these sounds, that is why I have tried to define these sounds in a manner that we already know. That we already know. Like day. This D, we know day. For us, DAY is English, correct? That's
Day.
what we have been told by the teachers. But for German,
Yeah.
it will be die, because R sound will come in. And as being Indian, if we talk about our natural sound, it is again R, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? In Malayalam also, we read it as R sound, correct? So for us,
Yes.
this is a wrong pronunciation of English word actually. It is a wrong pronunciation for us. It's a wrong pronunciation in English. Actually, it should be read as die, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So now I hope in the process of learning German, you will not forget your English. You will not mess up your English. This is what the whole training is about, because we know the alphabets, we know these sounds from our native, but we know them naturally, that come to us naturally. Only thing, we need to apply this as appropriate. We need to retrain our mind and tell them, okay, this is part of my natural language, my mother tongue, so this sound will come automatically to us. Stop. As soon as we will stop linking these alphabets with the English language, as soon as this will happen, this will happen, believe me, trust me, this is going to happen. Once you deregister, what you call deregister from your mind that these are English alphabets, so they have to be pronounced as they are written, as they are written, and as they would have been written in Malayalam, right? So you will start
Okay.
Yeah.
speaking them naturally. That means you have to use their natural sound, not elongated sound or even predefined sound as in English, like put and but. For German, put and put and good. It will not be good. It will be good. Like if you give a child of 3 year or 4 year, ask him to write good, he will write good. He doesn't know good. He will just write the sound he hears. Good. Gut good. Put, gut good. And cut. Cut is not cut for him. No, 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 no. Cut is cut. Yeah, that's what we have been learning, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is the natural way of sounding, or natural putting the sounds in a reverse manner. Now we know the sounds, only we have to write in a different script. We have to write in a different script. So we have to train our mind to adopt this script to its natural sound. Its natural sound. It. I'm not saying it is 100% correct, because language is not a science. It's not mathematics. So it cannot be 100%. But given the exceptions, sometimes more, sometimes little, sometimes very little, we have to write them as natural sounds or defined sounds, which have been defined in German language, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is how, that is why. And let me tell you, Indians are very good at German language. I'm just reiterating this. Indians are very good at German language. And my appreciations for all Malayalam people. They are best linguists of the world. They are the best linguists of the world. Now you don't have to. I mean, people will laugh at my statement, but I know it from my practical experience. Malayalam looks like the mother language of so many languages. Even Sanskrit, even Tamil, they all somehow are interconnected. Their script may be different. Their script may be different, but their way of grammar, their way of pronunciation, their way of forming the sentences, they are so similar. They are so similar. Their vocabulary may be different. Their spellings may be different, but in principle, the underlying principles are so similar, that shows that they belong to the same level. They belong to the same tree or same root. And let me tell you one more secret. German also belongs to that group only. German also belongs to this group only. You will find many words in German which are originate from Sanskrit. Many words. Many words. Let time come, I will introduce you to those words. You will see and appreciate that how German is connected. Like we have conjugation of words. Like we have gender for everything. For us, neutral is a gender. For us, neutral is not an object, right? We have masculine gender, feminine gender, and neutral gender, right? We have genders for everything. In English, neutral gender means a dead object. No, in German and Hindi, Sanskrit, genders are for the people and everything living or unliving. It actually defines the gender. So same way in German also, every object and subject will have a gender. Same way. There is nothing which is above gender. Everything either masculine or feminine or neutral gender. Same way. So you will find this similarity, and this will make it easier for you to learn. This will make it actually makes it easier, because we know that it's already there in the back of mind. Maybe we have not learned Malayalam in high school or intermediate. We have not graduated in that language, but the underlying basic principles we understand, right? We appreciate, we know how the sentences are formed. Same way, why the verb is being, we may not know why the verb is being conjugated, but we still conjugate the verb. She went, he is gone, right? Like this. So you can appreciate, he goes, she goes, he went, she went, they go, right? Same way in German
Yes.
also, you will appreciate in Malayalam, there is a different way of conjugating the verbs. They will have first person, second person, third person, formal and informal. You in German, you, for example. In English, there is only you, whether it is formal or informal. But in our own languages, we don't call father you, right? We have a word for
Yeah.
it. We have a special word for it, right? You with a respect in bracket, correct? In German,
Yes.
you
Yes.
have two different words for this. You is for anybody younger than you or somebody familiar to you. Same way for formal, anybody in a officer ranking or anybody elder to you with whom you must speak with respect, is there is a different word for it. There's a different word for it altogether. So you will see these similarities. You will see these similarities, how this language is moving, how the language behaves. So you will notice this. Okay,
Yes.
good. So okay, so this is the part of introduction or induction, what I call this part of induction,
Oh,
which I introduce what is German language, how it is similar to us, what are the very fundamental differences. These are the fundamental differences. Sentence forming is a higher level difference, but at lower level, at low level, the basis, I'm talking about the basis of the language. Okay, one more thing. Now, why we call, do you know how does, what is a language? Okay, let us go back to leave all German and English. What is a language at all? Do we know what is a language, or how it is formed, or what is it affected by?
this German language.
Any language,
No,
any
what
language,
is language?
language as such.
Communicate for the communication.
Communication is the
For the
purpose.
basic.
Communication is the purpose. I'm not talking about the purpose. How the language is affected, who affects the language. Okay, let me tell you. No, don't go. It sounds very scientific or very high level question. It is not. It is not. It's very easy.
No, it's like a basic, like, when I'm seeing a Malayali, there is obvious chance of me going and talking to him and not talking to another person. So, language affects more of a barrier for me to connect with other people.
Yes, correct. Person. That means language is affected by a person, right?
Yeah.
Language is
Yeah.
also affected by place. The same
Yes.
Malayalam spoken in Wayanad is not the same as spoken as in Thiruvananthapuram. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
May not be same as in Kochi. There will be some
Right.
dialectical differences, there will be some expression differences. So it is affected by place and person. Correct? These two things first.
Yeah.
Then there is one more thing,
Correct.
time. The Malayalam spoken 300 years before. Like English, Shakespeare English is different than what English we speak today. Correct? Do we appreciate that? What, how Shakespeare used to speak for 200 years, 300 years before, that English is no more spoken. We speak a different
Yes.
English, right?
Yes.
It's called evolution of
Yes.
language or changing over the time. So there are three things, three factors which actually affect the language: person, place, and time. Person and place make the society, right?
Yeah.
and time makes that
Yes.
era, which time period we are talking about. So these three are the fundamental reasons for evolving a language. How language evolves, how language changes over time from place by people, right? Yeah, getting my point? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So when you learn a language, you actually come to know about three things: people, places, and for which time period you are talking about. If I am talking about, I know people of 1990 in Germany. You will know the people of 2022 in Germany. So there is a different, it's a same different time. I know the people of Berlin. I don't know the people of Heilbronn or Frankfurt. I have met them, but knowing them means you know about their culture, you know about their thought process, why they say something in a different manner, why they say it, if they say it, right? So this
Yes.
is important. This is important. That is how the language is formed. This is where we should. That is why there are differences in saying the same thing. You will say the same thing in a different manner. I will say the same thing in a different, using different words, right? Because I have a
Yes.
different thought process. I come from a different cultural background. I mean the same thing, but it will still be different. American will say the same thing. Indian will say the same thing in two different, using two different sentences, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is what makes it different. That is how the language operates. What we call operation of language. How it operates on higher level. So people, place, and time. These are the three factors which affect any language. Now you will start observing how things are moving. Even when you go out tomorrow, you will see a different person. You will recognize him. Aha, he is not from Wayanad. He is from outside, right? You recognize him because the way he speaks,
Yes.
the way he is attired, or the way he's asking for food. You know him. This man is not from Wayanad. He's from outside.
Yes.
He's an outsider. So this is important. This is how the language. That's the beauty of the language. That's the beauty of the language. That you find out so many things in just one go. Okay. So tomorrow you go
Okay.
out
Yes.
and start observing how people, place, and time affects a language. Okay,
Sure,
Yes.
sir.
good.
Yeah.
Sure, sir.
Okay, so what I will do, I will plan the language, the session. First session we will have on Sunday. What are the timings you would want?
Yes, sir.
I think evening will be good. Evening is good. Same time,
Yes, sir. Yeah, it
Yes,
is
sir.
fine, sir.
7:30 to 9 is good.
Yeah, it's fine, sir.
Okay, fine, fine. So what I will do, I will plan the meeting and share you the meeting ID. Okay, remember this thing. Learning a language is not easy. I'm telling you, it may sound easy,
Sir.
it may be easy, but it's not easy. It may be easy. Maybe easy means
Yes.
once you start doing it, it may be easy. You may find it easy, but actually it is not easy because for the simple reason it's not mathematics. You don't have to remember formula. You don't have to do higher calculations or difficult calculations. What you need to do is a regular practice, like a baby. Like a baby.
Yes,
If
sir.
it learns to walk, falls down, gets up, walks again, without bothering that he will fall at the next step again, without bothering. So, what is required is a regular practice, and regular practice will require time and devotion. This is important. Okay, so be prepared
Yes.
to spend some time in what you learn during the class and be ready to practice. And good thing that you are two together, so you can talk to each other one to one. That is a good, very good
Yes.
opportunity for you. That you can use the
Yes,
alphabet.
sir.
You can use help each other understand higher vocabulary level faster. You can help each other to develop this habit faster of learning. Okay, so you have an advantage.
Okay,
Yes.
sir.
Make use of it, my suggestion. And then we will meet on Sunday evening. Sunday evening is free now. Sunday
Yes,
mornings
sir.
you go.
Sure.
Mornings you go. People go to church, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So Sunday evening we meet and then we discuss. In case I happen to forget, in case normally I don't, normally I don't, but in case I happen to forget, just give me a call. I'll share my number. Okay,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
we can talk and we can decide to have a class. Okay,
Okay.
Yes, sir.
all good.
Yeah. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining. Hey, Illinois.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, you too. Good night, sir.
Good night. Hey, Illinois. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm here.
So, did you hear?
Yeah, I heard. Very nice introduction.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Okay, cool. I hope they will be able to, means I will be able to help Amal and Sneha. And I think they can learn
Yes.
well. Yes. So far, I see their enthusiasm
Yes,
level
yes.
is high.
Smart and bright.
Right? Good. Good. Okay. So, okay, we'll touch base again on Sunday. Amal, you can drop off.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank
Sure.
you.
Sure.
Thank you for joining. Bye
Sure.
bye.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye
Bye bye.
bye. Thanks for the
Bye.
session.
Bye.